Hello friends, Jason Lanier here. It's good to see you again. I wanted to do a quick video. I know Sony has released some new products, 2 new cameras and 2 new lenses. This is going to be about lenses. If you are in the market for these lenses, this video is for you. If you are a photographer trying to build your lens lineup, this video could be very beneficial. And if you're a photographer trying to choose between full frame or crop sensor lenses and cameras, this video could be very beneficial for you. So let's get to it. Yesterday, Sony announced 2 new lenses for their APS-C line, the 70 to 350 millimeter lens and the 16 to 55. Both lenses offer some interesting advantages to photographers, but before we get into that, let me just ask you this question. Why would you buy crop sensor lenses? Ever since my Nikon days, or as my folks across the pond like to say, Nikon or whatever it may be, I was still telling people back then, don't buy crop sensor lenses. Buy full frame lenses and put them on crop sensor bodies. There are very few photographers that will ultimately stick with just a crop sensor camera lineup. So why does it matter? See, you can put full frame lenses on crop sensor bodies and have no negative benefit. There's no loss in resolution. If you buy crop sensor lenses and put them on a full frame body, like the Sony's, you lose 55% of the resolution. Well, if you do that and use a full frame body that's designed for sports like the Sony A9, which is 24 megapixels, you're gonna go from 24 megapixels to about 11. That's not gonna cut it. Your much better option, if you want that further reach, is to put a full frame lens on a crop sensor body, like in a 6600, 6500, any of the crop sensor cameras. This isn't just a Sony thing, this is an all camera thing. Let me give you some further examples as to why I think that these lenses, while they are great lenses, I'm sure that they perform very well, I would personally never purchase them. Let's look at the 70 to 350 lens by Sony. It looks like a great lens. It's $1,000. Why would I not buy it? There's a lot better options available for full frame cameras. There's the 7300 millimeter lens, that's a full frame Sony lens, and it's only like $150 more expensive. At the time of me making this video, on B&H Photo, it's $1,173. So it's $173 more expensive than the new Sony APS-C lens. That 50 millimeter difference is inconsequential to the difference that I would lose in resolution if I were to put that same lens on a full frame body. I'm telling you, if you do photography long enough, not all of you, the vast majority of you will ultimately migrate to full frame cameras. The batteries are better. The depth is better. The look is better. The feel is better. For a minority of photographers, crop sensor cameras will be the way to go. And I get that. And if that's your choice, I'm fine with it. It doesn't affect my career or what I do. But in me trying to advise and help other photographers out there, I'm telling you, eventually you're gonna go full frame, trust me. And the worst thing that can happen is if you buy thousands of dollars of crop sensor lenses and then you move to full frame and those crop sensor lenses are garbage at that point. Yes, you can sell them. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you can do that. But if you're starting out, or if you're just starting to really build up your lens lineup, build it with full frame lenses. You can put them on crop sensor and on full frame bodies. And there's no resolution loss on either body. It's phenomenal. So the crop sensor on Sony's is 1.5. So whatever that 70 to 300 is, you have to multiply it. So the equivalent of the 70 to 350 lens is a 105 to 525 millimeter lens. I frequently go to safari in South Africa. I love shooting wildlife. Now the lens that I take, and I love shooting in South Africa, and I'm going to show a few shots that I took with it here, is the 100 to 400. That's a full frame lens. It's the G Master lens, and I'm going to give it to you guys. It's about $1,300 more expensive. But that's the kind of lens that you buy that you keep for the rest of your life. It really is. That 70 to 350, you'll sell it. You'll sell it. That 100 to 400, you'll keep it forever. You really will. It's a gorgeous lens. The equivalency factor, if I want that further reach, is going to be 150 millimeters to 600 millimeters with that lens. So if you have the money to spend $1,000 on that 70 to 350, wait. If you don't want to wait, get the 70-300. If you can wait and buy a lens that'll last you for the rest of your life and has better image quality than the previous two that I've spoken about, get that 100-400. It's worth it. Let's look at the next lens that Sony offered up, the 16-55. It's great that it's a straight f2.8, meaning it's going to allow in some decent light. I think Sony made this to give crop sensor users something like a 24-70 2.8 lens, because the equivalency factor on the 16-55, once you multiply it by that crop factor, is 24 millimeters to 82 millimeters. That's nice. That's nice to have a 2.8 lens. I'm not shooting weddings with crop sensor cameras if I'm doing weddings frequently. That's a lens that you're going to use for weddings. So if you're going to eventually migrate into full frame lenses, full frame cameras, and the rest, buy the 24-70 G Master. Now, I know you're watching this. I'm recommending expensive lenses, but what I'm doing is helping you to reduce the amount of waste that you have. Whether or not you use crop sensor or full frame bodies, go full frame lenses. Even if you're watching this and saying, "Yeah, that'll never happen to me. I'm always going to shoot crop sensor." Something's going to happen, you're going to change your mind. And then you're going to regret all those crop sensor lenses that you purchased. If you don't want to consider the 24-70 G Master, you could use the 16-35 G Master. Again, I know I'm recommending expensive gear, but that 16-55 is $1,400. You might as well wait. In fact, I would try to find one used. I buy used gear all the time. B&H Photo, Adorama, whoever, buy used gear, guys. They have like guidelines on there at 8, 9, 10. I've bought used gear all the time. I've never had a problem with it. Never. So you can get like a used G Master for less than $2,000. Why would you spend $1,400 on an APS-C lens when you can get a used G Master for less than $2,000? Neither of these lenses are G Master. Don't confuse G with G Master. There is a difference. G lenses are not the same quality as G Master lenses. Also, they're not even Zeiss. They're not Zeiss coated. So you're not going to want to spend $1,400 on a lens like that. You want another great option? How about the Tamron 28-75? That's a great lens, which is exponentially cheaper than the 24-70 G Master and provides some great contrast and great color. That lens for the money is fantastic. If you're gonna spend $1,000 plus for lenses, go with the really good stuff that you know you'll never regret. All of these lenses I've mentioned, 100-400 G Master, 24-70 G Master, 16-35 G Master, those are lenses you keep and use for the rest of your life. That 70-350 lens, you're not going to keep and use that the rest of your life, especially if you go full frame. The 16-55, same thing. If you use crop sensor for the rest of your career, then yes. But otherwise, no, you won't. So I hope this has helped. I thank you guys for sticking around. It's been a while since I've done a gear review video, but it's been an incredibly busy summer. We've been traveling all over the world, and now I'm finally back and I can do some gear related stuff for you. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all the kind messages that you guys send me. And mark my words, I'm not going anywhere. I love you guys. So until next time, keep shooting. Never give up on your dreams. Find out gear that works for you, and remember, you only have one chance to get it right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. This is cursed. Are you still there? Are you still there? Yeah, I'm talking to you. If you want to learn more online with us, go to patreon.com/JasonLanierPhotography. And if you want to do crazy crap like this in crazy locations, go to jasonlanier.com/register and we'll sign you up for a workshop. Well, actually, you have to sign up. And you gotta pay a little bit of money and then you can play with us. It's awesome. Do it. Now.
Proud of you. Way to make use of that.
All right, yeah. People are gonna be like, what just happened?